Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. I am so excited to be busting in to the Lilli Color Trends Bead Mix from Jessie James Beads, as well as the Sequence and Stardust Bead Shakers. I am in love with this little shaker mix. I wasn't sure what I was going to be making using this mix here because it's really actually really cool. There's some seed beads in here, a couple of different sizes. There's sequins in a few different sizes and some bugle beads. And I wanted first to put together just a quick and easy, and I say quick and easy, it didn't take very long to put this together, but I wanted to just kind of put a little cluster together and then just let it go from there. And that's what I did. I am using some of the beads from the Color Trends Lilli bead mix. And what we're going to use is we're going to use these little, I think these are clay or silicone beads. We're going to use one of the frosted beads. And then we're going to use one of these little rondelles. And that's all we're going to use from that mix. Oh, wait. We need this little guy too. So we're going to use those pieces there. But again, look at all the others you have. You have some tassels, which I almost used. We have some of these gorgeous faceted rectangle beads. We have 4 of those. Some cage beads that I love. And I thought of just putting those together like that. Thought that would be kind of cute. Some crystal rondelle spacers. We have some bicones. They're like dipped in sugar. They're not, but they're like dipped in sugar. They have a little bit of a texture on them. And we have some little rounds. We have some drop beads. We have those rondelles that we're going to be using, little tiny rondelles. And that's what you get in that mix. And this is a packed mix. I am going to put this all back in its little home here until the next project. And I know that I'm going to make some goodies with this mix. And I have so many other mixes to share with you. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll bring the tray out. I put it on a tray. So I have these trays to organize all my mixes and chains and such. And so maybe I'll bring that out, or in the next video, maybe in the next video. So then you have to stick around for the next one so that you can see it. Then we also have some of just a little mixture of what is in. I mean, look how packed that is. I don't even need half of that. We're just going to go like that. Look at, and it's still at the top. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, look at these little seed beads, some little tiny ones. So maybe like some 11-Os, some 8-Os, and then we have some bugle beads here, and then different size sequence. And so yeah, I'm super excited about that. Then so this was the first thing I did, was I just added, we're going to use some diamond glaze. It is a water-based dimensional adhesive. And I went ahead and just tried it out to see if it would stick, and it does stick all together. And this is just on a button. And I'm using a button from this Dress It Up Buttons mix that I have been using now for a couple of years. And I still have tons of buttons in this mix. And it's not just buttons. You have some of these guys that don't have a back on them. And so what I've done with these is I have just E6000 an earring post and made earrings out of them. But look at these. Look at these flat backs. Aren't those beautiful? I don't know if they have this mix anymore. Like I said, it's a couple of years old. Then we have these the little tiny ones too. Super adorable. But that's what we're going to be using. There's 2-hole, there's 4-hole, there's different textures. We are going to be using, put that off to the side. We're going to be using this one here. And then we are also going to be using some 26 gauge artistic wire, and this is in gold. And this was actually left over from a summer camp. I believe it was one of the Jessie James Beads summer camps. And so that will lead me into bringing up beads and blooms. Beans and Blooms is coming up. We are in April, my friends, and I cannot wait. My class is going to be on May 2nd, I believe at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and it will be a Zoom create-a-thon. And oh my goodness, I cannot wait to share with you how I put this necklace together. It's a stack necklace. You can do it however you want though, but I did it as a stack necklace and it's just gorgeous. So we are going to be using some of this. And what I did was I thought I cut two 12-inch strands, but one of them is a lot longer than the other. And so I think I probably did like 12 inches and then a 14-inch. And it's going to be quite a bit more than what you actually need. And so there is some waste. I have quite a bit of waste that I had from my initial little guy here. And I love this. I really do. And I love the background, how it's a little cream, has a little bit of texture to it. And I'm never going to get the button on this one here, the design to be the same. There's absolutely no way. But, oh, we're not needing this one. Let me put this one away. All right. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I need to connect my wire to this button before I start using my adhesive. I want to get my earring all put together first. Okay, and I feel like this is just at a bad angle. I see a lot of shadows, so I apologize for that. I usually have it right in front of me, but I moved things around and it's not in front of me anymore. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to string one of the strands in the bottom, and I'm going to come up about maybe 5 inches or so. This is 8 inches, so I'm going to go about 5 inches. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take the second strand and I am going to also pass it through. Okay, I probably didn't have to do it like that, but okay. So, oh yeah, I do. So then I'm going to have my 5 inches that way. So here's my two 5-inch strands. Okay, so one went in one way, one went out the other, and then it's going to come out both sides just like that. Okay, so I have 5 inches on this side, and this side I have the remaining, and it's probably about 4 inches on this side and 6 on the other. Now, I'm glad that I have this offset. It's easier when things are a little offset. And what I did was I used one of these guys, one of the purple sequins, as kind of like a bead cap, if that makes sense. When I did this one, I did the top first. And then push this all the way down and just be careful. Just pinch these ends together so that they kind of come together a little bit. And we're going to fill in the gap a little bit because we're going to do some wire wrapping. Now go ahead and grab your little, it's either a clay or silicone bead. It feels kind of clayish. And then pass through both of your strands all the way to the top there. And then what I did was just made sure everything was intact. I just took this working piece, came back around. You can go around the front or the side, however you wish. And then I wire wrapped in between. So the sequence is up against the bead, just like a bead cap. And then I just started wire wrapping and did a little bit of a bulky wrap and went around a few times. Okay, after I'm done there, I think I know why I did the longer side first, so it wasn't all in the way. Okay, give that a little bit of a trim. And then come in and tuck in your little ends so they're not poking out. That one's poking. And just tuck them in. And just be very careful so you don't distort the wrap there. Now we have this end, and you just want to use your fingernails and you can also too cross them and then bring them to cross them and then bend them up if you want to try and get it really nice and close to the button. Okay, so we went in and out of one side, in and out of the other. We're going to grab another one of those sequins to kind of treat it like a bead cap. All right. I don't know when I'm going to be able to take a picture. It's been raining, so I hope I could take a picture tomorrow. I don't want to take a picture inside. Then I have one of these little flowers, and we are going to use it like a little bit of a bead cap. And I have the smooth side down, so the cupping is on the inside here. And then we're going to add our frosted bead. So pretty. Oh, you know what else I used? Looks like I used a couple of the smaller sequins. So let's grab a couple of these. These are a little smaller. Just pick them up and add them in. Get that added in. Okay, bring that down. Because you notice there's no bead caps in this bead mix, which that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. So then we just take the sequins and make our own bead caps. And there we have it. So we have one of these purple sequins, and it is like a bead cap. So this one it caves in on one side, and so then I did the caved in on one side, then I added the little flower, and then added the frosted bead, then a couple of the smaller sequins, just two of them, and then added the rondelle. Now what we're going to do is we want our loop to go the same direction, and I don't want a long neck, so I'm going to go down close to the tippy tip because this is 26 gauge wire. Give it that 90-degree angle bend. So I have a 90-degree angle bend. I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers and go ahead and form that over. I'm not warming my wire because it is thin and you don't want to get it brittle because then it'll break. Okay, and then push that to the back, and then it is way off centered. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my round nose pliers. I'm going to keep my wire in the round nose pliers, and I'm going to start wrapping. I'm going to go around a few times. So I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to come back up. I think I did it. I think I did bulky. Let me look. I think I did. Okay, and then come back up. Then what I did was I started wrapping around. So I wrapped around and went around all, not all, but I went around the two beads. Okay, and take that off. I went around the two beads, came around the back of the flower, and then came back up and then started wrapping around to get that all nice and secure. And I would go around a few times. And then it kind of gives it a little bit of a bulk too. Okay. And there we go. So you can see how I have some waste, but it also too, it gives you enough room to do a lot more designing if you want. And so I don't like waste. Nobody really does, right? But then at the same time, I'm okay with that. And then you can just mess around with how the wire is sitting and bring it around, do however you wish. All right. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to grab some of the large sequins because I am going to place some of the larger sequence down first, just to give it a good base. And then we'll start grabbing in some of this others. So we're going to do this. All right. And so it's a little layering. It's a little bit of layering. Then you also want to have just a little piece of paper towel down because it will seep through. And this is the diamond glaze. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it or not. I don't know if I did the last time. But this is a diamond glaze, and this was included in the Very Berry Summer design kit from Softlex. And as you can see, I did not bust into any of my bead strands. I didn't bust into anything on this one because it's just so cute. I know. And I did, you saw, I have 2 bead strands. It's okay. I can bust into a bead strand. I just get 2. I know, but I don't. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and just drop some of this in here. And the button, like I said, it has the 2 holes. And so you'll have some of the adhesive that kind of seeps through and goes to the back through the holes of the button. Okay. And I kind of want some of the button to show because I think that's kind of cute. Okay. All right, so that's what I did first. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is right, but then what I did was I grabbed more of the adhesive and just kind of moved it around because it's going to dry clear. And then I just started putting some of the little bit of mix on there like that. Okay. Then I want to grab some of the seed beads. So let's grab some of the seed beads and some of the little ones. Okay. And then I'm going to add more. I'm going to add more. Again, this is just kind of keeping the layering all together too. And then I'm going to just drop seed beads on there. I guess a pair of tweezers would be good for this too. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and just poke it in there. And there you go. And I have a couple of bugles down here if you want to add them up here so they can kind of match the other one. But that's all I did. There you have it. And once this dries, I will go ahead and add my ear wire. It didn't take very long for it to dry. And there you go. Isn't that kind of cute? And then what I did was I just kept on kind of wiping the back. So when I wipe the back, you see a lot of that came off. I just kind of wipe the back and just make sure that it's, what I actually did was I had my round nose pliers and I just put it on there because then it stayed pretty even. And that's what I did. So please get, and I'm not sure if Softlex has the diamond glaze. I'm not sure where to buy it. So I'll try and research that. But I did get this in a Softlex company design kit. So check out the diamond glaze, or if you have any other adhesive. And then I used the Purple Rain. I didn't share with you the name of the color, but it's Purple Rain Sequence and Stardust. And that's one of the bead shakers from Jessie James Beads, as well as the Lilli Color Trends Bead Mix from Jessie James Beads. And some buttons from Dress It Up Buttons. I'll go onto the Dress It Up Buttons website and see if they still have this. They're just really cool. So if you have not checked out Dress It Up Buttons yet, please use the link in the description and go check it out. And there you have it. Hopefully I'll be able to get a picture of this tomorrow when the rain stops. So be sure to give this quick video a huge thumbs up if you like it. Please comment. I love to see what everybody has to say, and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.